I swear, wrestling is a soap opera at times. That's why we call it our stories. Alright everyone, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Christina, aka That Variety Nerd, and today we are gathered here to watch our stories. We're here to watch Friday Night Smackdown as a community. At this rate, if we can survive the Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight, we can survive anything on these reactions, am I right? This freaking guy's got In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins as his entrance theme. Oh no, they did the drum part, no! I am in pain. I am in actual pain. So tonight we've got Cody and Kevin Owens, they're facing off. LA Knight and Santos Escobar, they're apparently going at it for another 20th time or something. I don't know the exact numbers, but it feels like it's been 20 times. I think we referred to it affectionately as the Santos Vortex last week, and I'm going to stick with it for now. But it's not like in a toxic way or anything. It's like, come on, we got the Shinsuke story coming up. We're interested in that. We got the Bloodline shenanigans per usual, and of course more of the Women's United States Championship tournament. But either way, grab your snacks, grab your choice of beverage, get comfy and cozy, and let's get to it, people. Okay, so they explained it in the lore now that Bronson Reed was hired to join the Bloodline in WarGames, so that all makes sense. There was a whole situation with Seth and Sammy and Jay over on Monday Night Raw and all that. Again, it wouldn't make much sense if Seth and Roman really teamed at this point, given what they went through earlier in the year, but here we are, kids, here we are. I gotta say, Bronson fits in really well with Bloodline 2.0. I feel like new Bloodlines kind of started to just like find their groove finally together. They look like a team. Everybody's already cheering for Roman out of the gate. Nope, don't say it, Solo. Don't say it. Don't say it. The fans are even booing you already. He's gonna say it. Nope, don't, Solo, don't! He's telling us to simmer down. No, you were telling me to simmer down at home, and I am not simmering down. We had our first snow yesterday. My Cavs lost the other night. They're still doing great. They're 16-1 now. Yeah, I could see it. I could see it. It's like we've been kind of making fun out of the new Bloodline for a minute now, but like, I think ever since especially Jacob kind of came into the picture and Solo started to show more personality, they've been winning me over a little bit. I'm not ready. I need sleep. Solo, you're funny. Okay, we're doing one of those things again where Roman's gonna show up by the end of the night and confront Solo. He needs to accept the terms of surrendering? What does that even mean? Like, I thought WarGames had rules. Oh, okay, so he means like a literal surrender, because my brain was going to like original WarGames rules, right? Like, I think it was like, what, tap out or surrender or something like that, right? Something like that. So I thought that was where that was going at first, which would have made some sense, but I don't know. This was the quickest Bloodline segment in a minute here. Look at that. Look at that. New Bloodline, Bloodline 2.0, whatever we want to call them at this point. They kicked off the show, and I guess they're gonna possibly end the show. So, because Solo was entertaining and kept things short, sweet, to the point, we're gonna give this a big ol' thumbs up. Alrighty, people, here we go. We got Chelsea versus Bianca versus Blair. We haven't seen Blair in a minute, so good to see her back on TV. Chelsea is just awesome, and Bianca just always crushes it. I'm looking forward to this match. This should be good. Oh, well, there goes Blair outside the ring. We're down to Chelsea and Bianca inside the ring now. Oh, Chelsea just got knocked over there. Oh, nice moonsault from Bianca into the cover. Listen to the people. They want Chelsea to win. Oh, you love to hear it. You absolutely love to hear it. Oh, there goes Blair. Oh, okay, so Bianca just took down Blair and then went right for Chelsea after. There's the Royal Rumble. There it is again. Oh, okay, that looked like that hurt. Oh, man. All right, I'm guessing we're going to picture-in-picture, presumably, and we are. Alrighty, people, we're back from the commercial break. Bianca's striking Blair in the corner. I feel like the people are going to be so mad if Chelsea doesn't win this match. I saw one of the comments in, like, one of the clips somewhere. I don't remember what video it was on, but somebody brought up that, like, we're sort of bringing in the 2K22 canon, where there was that one storyline with the women's U.S. title and everything, and I'm like, it is one of those things. It is one of those pure coincidental things. Oh man, that was a double German suplex. Oh boy. Oh, there goes Chelsea breaking things up. Oh, right in the corner, That can't be good. Oh, I heard that. Oh, God, I just, that hit right into the post. Oh, all right, Chelsea, what are we doing? Beautiful superplex right there from Chelsea. Oh, well, there's Bianca. Oh, there goes Chelsea. I mean, that was technically a 3 count, right? Oh, right into the barricade. Oh, something's going on backstage. Oh my God. Okay, well, Jade just got tossed into a car. Oh my God. These parking lots are not safe, and it's not just the NXT parking lot now, it's the SmackDown parking lot. All right, well, Chelsea's swooping in now. This is your chance, Chelsea. Oh, Blair's going in now for the sneaky pin, and Chelsea kicked out. Oh, Chelsea with the counter, Chelsea with the counter. Oh, that was a smooth counter. That was smooth. Yay, Chelsea won. I'm rooting so hard for Chelsea to win this whole thing. God, the SmackDown parking lot has not been safe since the Drew and Punk situation, and I think we're seeing that right now. Alrighty, so it looks like we'll get Chelsea versus Bayley coming up in the semifinals, so we'll have to see what happens on the other side of the bracket. But overall, this was a decent little match, can't complain. I thought last week's triple threat was better, but we had some story progression and everything made sense in this match. So, you know, and we'll still give it a thumbs up. We will still give it a thumbs up. Okay, so we're about to have this whole situation with LA Knight and Santos as Shinsuke is talking. I have watched you and learned you better than you know yourself. It's kind of creepy. You are riddled with insecurities. You beg them to chant your name. You beg them to chant your name with a... I'm trying to read here. I need context. With a growing aura of desperation. You lash out so they don't see how frightened you are, how you lie at night consumed with fear that everything you've obtained will slip through your fingers. I like the visuals. Your fears are justified. Okay, the effects are kind of cool. Okay, this is the beginning of your end. Okay, well, that all just happened there. Okay, that was kind of cool. Okay, so the bell hasn't rung yet on this match. Santos was attacking LA Knight while all that was just happening. I'm glad that we're continuing this whole thing with Shinsuke, because at least that's kind of interesting. Santos has popped up every, 2 to 3 months at this point. Not even kidding. Oh, guys, over the last couple of years, don't y'all worry. We're working on the compilation. We're working on the LA Knight reaction compilation. Right as we were going on to a commercial break with no picture-in-picture, because of course. They did this for me for not even a minute into the match. Well, I would assume he'd be a little thrown off because, I don't know, he had the whole Shinsuke situation and then Santos went after him. So, yeah, I would assume that a little bit. I don't know if I would say he's reached the top of the mountain yet. He doesn't have that world title yet. And that is my next petition, by the way. It's like, Christina, you manifested the U.S. title. Now we gotta manifest the world title now for LA Knight. Alrighty, Santos got a 2 count right there. Is it bad that I kind of forgot that Shinsuke was a U.S. champion at one point? Although it's been a minute, right? When was he last U.S. champion? Don't y'all worry, we are fact-checking in real time. Oh, LA Knight stuck the landing and Santos was showboating and well, it cost him. Okay, so Shinsuke won it at Extreme Rules in 2018, then Royal Rumble 2019 during the kickoff show. So he's had 2 U.S. title runs. That's of course according to Wikipedia. That would explain it. I was, during that first title run, I was moving down to Lexington. And then during the second title run, I was in grad school. So I don't know, that might have explained why I don't remember it. Oh, something happened. We got spooky Shinsuke entrance again. Oh God, if Santos were to win this thing, I can't see it happening, but my God. Now that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, I guess that's why he didn't go into the cover there. Oh, counter! Oh, that was awesome. I like this little thing where he just gets the BFT out of nowhere. I just like this whole thing of just the creative BFTs coming up with just some creative finishes. Freshens things up a little bit, keeps us on our toes. But speaking of keeping us on our toes, we got Shinsuke Nakamura going in with the attack at the end of the match here. I'm looking forward to this little feud. I want to see where this is all going. And like I was saying, LA Knight needs a feud to really sink his teeth into. So I think this is it. This could be it. A rejuvenated Shinsuke, and I'm kind of here for it. Overall match was serviceable, did what it needed to accomplish. We had a nice finish right at the end. Again, the BFT sort of just out of nowhere. The main story was more of the Shinsuke stuff. So I think that all being said, Shinsuke stuff, we're going to give that a thumbs up, and then we're going to add an extra thumbs up because LA Knight retained the U.S. Championship. So we're going to give that a big old thumbs up too. So it's technically a double thumbs up. Looking forward to seeing what happens here. Again, it's fresh, it's interesting, we'll see what happens. Alright, so we're finally getting the Cody and Kevin face-to-face moment here on SmackDown, right at the top of the hour. Kevin's has got... Kevin's... Kevin Owens has to be somewhere around here, right? He's just gotta be, because he was here last week, right? Right? I like Cody's shoes. Oh, Kevin's somewhere. Where's Kevin at? Okay, he's coming through the crowd. He's got a tuxedo tank top thing on. He's dressed to the nines. He was summoned here. Just something about the word summoned in a wrestling program. I don't know why, but that's just funny to me. Okay, so the security is holding back Cody, but not Kevin that got through the crowd. Shouldn't the security be going after Kevin for being in the crowd? Right, like to protect the nearby people? It ultimately kind of is. Let's hear out Kevin. Listen, like, Kevin has been right most of this time, right? Like, obviously, like, you know, he shouldn't have went after Randy like that, but he teamed with Roman, and, well, Kevin was helping out with all the Bloodline stuff for years. Oh, here we go. He's bringing up the lore. Kevin is spitting facts right here. He made fun of the finishing the story thing. And, right, like, there was that whole bit there, like, an hour before Cody joined Roman there, where Cody said, like, hey, I don't want any more of the Bloodline. And what does he do? He goes back and joins in the Bloodline shenanigans. How can we boo Kevin? He's right. How can we boo him? He's right. He's right in this whole situation. That's what we've been saying. Okay, but like Cody, you stopped Roman Reigns and Kevin was in the trenches with Roman for like 4 years on and off, like he just said. No, I'm on Team Kevin in this whole situation. This poor dude had to deal with Roman and the Bloodline on and off for 4 years. No, Kevin just wants to win the world title. I don't see that as like a bad ambition. Okay, now I can agree with Cody with all the accolades, right? No, Kevin was right in this whole situation. Okay, we're going back to Bash in Berlin. Well, he was going through a character development type situation. He was on the fence. He was that slow burn heel turn. That's what was happening, Cody. He was conflicted, and now he's no longer conflicted. I will agree with Cody. It was on the wrong person with Randy. Because, well, Randy's just going to go right for Kevin and everything, and oh boy. I'm looking forward to that match, though, when we get it. Okay, they're explaining the lore a little bit of the pile driver and why it was a big deal. And I appreciate that. I mean, Cody, there's like about 55 minutes left, unless if there's an overrun. I mean, they penciled in an extra 3 minutes, so I mean, you got an extra 3 minutes to go after him, Cody. So Cody will get the match when Kevin says it'll happen. Wouldn't that technically be up to Nick Aldis? Right? Oh, and Kevin loves Randy but hates Cody. And Kevin's going back into the crowd. Cody, you crossed the line when you decided to team with Roman. That was on you, my dude. That was that sense of betrayal that Kevin had. And I still want to know what Kevin's got to say about the Sammy situation, right? With Sammy teaming up with Roman. Like, everybody that Kevin has helped out has somehow went back to team up with Roman. Knowing how Roman is, I am 100% on Kevin's side in this whole situation here. I don't necessarily agree with the Randy part of it, right? But everything else I'm pretty much on board with. But either way, this was still a good segment. This was still a good promo from the two of them. And we were more than ready for this little face-to-face moment between Cody and Kevin. So they brought up all the points. So we're going to give this a thumbs up. This was good. Alrighty, people. We've got Naomi and Bayley versus Candice and Tiffany. Just all of this makes sense in my brain. We also saw Naomi and Bayley in a backstage segment where Bianca was going with Jade into the ambulance, and there seemed to be a little bit of friction over on that front, so just tossing that out there. Everybody's kind of arguing and fighting outside the ring. Nia caused a bit of a distraction, and Candice and Tiffany are taking advantage of the distraction. Wait, did Bayley get the tag in? Because I don't think she held the little string thing that's in the corner. Like, you know how you have to hold the rope thing, like, to get the tag in, right? Like, isn't that how this whole thing works? Nice sliding little drop kick thing in the corner. We got Bayley and Naomi in control as we head into the commercial break. Alrighty, we're back from the commercial break. We only got about 2 minutes into the match before the commercial break, by the way. I'm keeping track. Right, like that's what we're all saying. When is Tiffany gonna cash in this Money in the Bank briefcase, right? Like when's it happening? I still have zero clue why or how the whole Liv and Rhea and Raquel situation and Io, like, how did they all get into this mess of a WarGames match? Again, I'm going to reiterate it. I just think that they probably could have just thrown the SmackDown roster, like, all into that one match and it would have made sense. We got Candice and Tiffany disagreeing. Again, I'm just glad that Candice gets a little bit of a spotlight here. I always liked her. Ooh, if it's starting at 6 o'clock, I don't know if we're going to be here next week then. Oh, well, there goes Nia going after Naomi. Shouldn't that be the DQ? Okay, there we go. I was like, well, that took a second there, but that's okay. At least the bell rung, right? Right. Okay, so we have Io making her way out here now? Okay. Okay, now that was creative, the way that Io just went after Candice and Tiffany right there. Oh, there goes Nia Jax. Oh, there goes Io again. Oh, there goes freaking Liv and Raquel now. Holy cow, listen to that reaction to Rhea, though. The people love her, and rightfully so. Oh god, and she's got a kendo stick and everything. I mean, that's one way how to get rid of everybody, right? It's like Rhea's already dangerous without a kendo stick, and well, now she's got a kendo stick. Well, maybe this is how they get Bayley into the match for WarGames, now that I'm thinking about it, right? Because, like, I mean, Jade got taken out. Naomi and Bayley, well, they're on the same page. So, I mean, all of this is adding up. But, yeah, overall, tag team match was serviceable. Again, more about the aftermath and more about like all the WarGames stuff kind of just coming up. So not too bad. We'll give it a thumbs up. Alrighty, people, we've got Montez Ford versus Tommaso Ciampa. Again, the whole situation involving, you know, DIY, the Street Profits, Motor City Machine Guns. That's been a whole situation, right? Right. And, the Street Profits and DIY, or at least Ciampa did. Ciampa kind of turned last week, and sort of the Street Profits did too. But there was a whole segment with Gargano and the Motor City Machine Guns earlier. It was a whole thing. But basically, the Motor City Machine Guns were pretty much like, hey, like the Street Profits, if anything, they deserve a title opportunity before you guys do. So that's all happening. Here we go. Montez Ford looking for it. Huge move over the top rope right there. Now Ciampa's back inside the ring. Oh my god. Okay, so that knee just happened from Ciampa, and it went so hard to the point where Ciampa knocked off Montez Ford, and he went flying right into the commentary table. That was insane. We got some chops going back and forth, some strikes now in the middle of the ring. Oh, yeah, that's it. That is it for Ford. That was it. Oh, no, okay, I guess maybe not. Maybe. I don't know what's happening. Okay, well, he just got the sneaky pin for the win, but Ciampa caught Montez Ford with a knee, and then Montez Ford kind of countered Ciampa's, what, you know, we were going to think was the fairy tale ending, possibly. Oh, well, there goes Ciampa going after Montez Ford. And well, Ford got the roll-up, the sneaky pin for the win, as we like to call it around here. And now Ciampa's just going right for him. Oh boy. Angelo Dawkins now making the save. He just tossed Ciampa off of him. Oh, and there goes Ciampa with the shove. All right, we got the Motor City Machine Guns out here now with the save. This is interesting. Well, I mean, like, Ciampa literally pushed Gargano, right? Like, I don't know. I would not want to be teaming up with somebody anymore if they, like, shoved me around like that. He said he's going to choose a path like it's a 2K game. This is getting interesting. I want to see, like, the Street Profits involvement. That could get kind of interesting, right? Because they're kind of in the middle of this whole situation because they have issues with both teams. So I want to see how all this kind of meshes together. But overall, I mean, the match was serviceable, had some good moments in there. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. But it was more so about the aftermath and, you know, all the story developments. So I think for that alone, we'll give it a thumbs up because I want to see what happens. Alrighty, so essentially, Solo kind of gave original Bloodline an ultimatum, giving them a bit of a peace offering, if you will, to surrender and not go to WarGames with them. So that's all happening. And now we've got original Bloodline about to make their way out here to go and face off against New Bloodline and give them their decision. Roman earlier on in the evening, he basically was like, yeah, no, we just need the four of us and all that. And I'm like, sir, have you seen, like, who you're up against, right? Like, this is a 4v5 situation. Unless if we're gonna get a nice little surprise or something, which, you know, that would make sense. That would make things a little interesting. I don't know what's going to happen here. I really don't. Something also worth noting, too, they did bring up Cody's name while they were going through the names of some of the people that, you know, hey, let's go and chit-chat with them again and try to get somebody on board to be the fifth man. And, Cody's name got brought up, and Roman was like, no, I'm good. That connects from earlier, right, with Kevin and Cody's little conversation. All right, here we go. He's not here to fight Roman. I swear, wrestling is a soap opera at times. That's why we call it our stories. Yeah, I think you're good at, like, 4 or 5 right now, Solo. We don't need any more people, because once we start getting into 5, 6+ people, then it really goes off the rails with a faction. That's just me personally, right? Right. Okay, but remember how Solo said that he had a plan, right? That was right at Bad Blood when The Rock came back. Is this all kind of coming back to that plan? Or was Roman one step ahead of that plan? I don't know. Oh my god, there he is! Paul's back! Paul's back! Jay's me, just all extra excited. Paul Heyman is back! He's gonna be reunited with this tribal chief! We have been waiting for this! Come on, Paul, say the thing at some point. Look at this man, he's like all rejuvenated and refreshed. Oh, Paul, we've missed you. Look Look at how happy Roman is. Yeah, Paul's right here. Listen to the wise man. He's got his wise man back. It doesn't compute to me either, Paul. It doesn't. The math ain't mathin'. Well, who's the fifth man then? Please tell me you've got somebody, Paul. Who is it? Oh, snap. Oh, yeah, because that's right, because, like, Paul and Punk, they had a whole little, like, angle a while back on the Chicago show. And then, like, didn't, like, Solo interrupt the whole thing? That was the same one when Punk and Drew had that parking lot moment. I'm actually kind of behind this. Okay, I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm actually kind of cool with it, to be honest. Because Punk and Roman, they were both sort of, you know, like, Paul Heyman's dudes there, right? But I do want to see a Punk and Roman feud, like, selfishly. Get us to that point. And hey, if we get more CM Punk on SmackDown for a cup of coffee, I'm okay with it. Okay, here we go. We got the Usos and Sammy taking everybody out. Okay. Oh, we got Punk and Roman now in the ring. See, this is the feud that I want to see at some point. Like, give us a good 20-minute promo with these two. That'd be great. You know what? I can kind of get behind this. I mean, it makes sense because at least, like, Paul brought in Punk. So, we got a "This is awesome" chant, and I'd have to agree. We got two Paul Heyman guys right there in the middle of the ring. Look at just how happy Paul Heyman is. God, I just need a feud between Roman and Punk for a minute. That would be lovely. But I mean, like, this is interesting. This is really interesting. He's not doing it for Roman, he's doing it for Paul. That's pretty much what I got from Punk's little bit there. That's fair, because we know the lore, we know the history with Paul and Punk at this point, right? Like, they're close. Like, Paul was in Punk's corner during his long title run, right? Just like Paul was in Roman's corner for his long title run. Are we seeing a bit of a theme? So, it's like, I'll do this for you, Paul. We'll do it for the wise man, but Paul Heyman's back. I never thought I'd be this happy to see Paul Heyman back, but here we are. So I think just because Paul Heyman's back and he is with his tribal chief and he addressed everything and he made sense, and Punk is teaming up with the Bloodline for Paul, and I think we got to put that as like a little sticky note, right? Right. So overall, Punk showed up on SmackDown, and we got Paul Heyman back. So just because of those 2 points alone, and that little bit of a stare down between Punk and Roman at the end, we're giving all that a double thumbs up. Alrighty, people, we're going to keep this short, sweet, and to the point. Overall, this week's episode of SmackDown gets a thumbs up. I overall enjoyed it. We had some good story developments, including right at the very end there with Paul Heyman returning to just, you know, help out his tribal chief, be the wise man. And I liked that bit at the end where it was basically like with Punk, right? Like, and how he was like, I'm really just doing this for Paul. I think that's a fair thing to go for, right? Because, like, they had, like, nobody, and I repeat, like, pretty much nobody that was going to join original Bloodline after all the shenanigans, right? I also quite enjoyed the whole Shinsuke Nakamura stuff with LA Knight. I'm interested to see where all that's going to go. I'm also interested to see where everything's going to go with Jade moving forward because she got taken out in the SmackDown parking lot. And I want to see who's going to replace her in that triple threat match because that tournament's continuing next week for the Women's United States Championship. And yeah, lots of interesting little bits, the Cody and Kevin stuff, how that all connected. I liked how that all connected, and it kind of connected to the Roman and Bloodline stuff too, in a way, right? But like, again, why are we supposed to boo Kevin outside of he took out Randy? Right? Like, I don't know. But either way, I'm interested to see where all that goes. They also had a little backstage segment, too, where Cody got into it with Carmelo, and Carmelo was chit-chatting with Giovanni Vinci. So that whole situation happened, and we're getting Carmelo versus Cody next week. So that could get kind of interesting. We'll have to see where things go moving forward. But overall, again, this week's SmackDown getting a big old thumbs up for me. Either way around. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Leave a like, leave a comment, make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button so you get notifications around here and that sort of thing. Again, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will see you all in the next one.